Hello, friends, and welcome to our streaming services. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, then go ahead and subscribe so you can get notifications when we have new videos. Don't want to miss out. If you're with us on Zoom, drop a hello in the chat. We'd love to say hi back. Leadership Development is putting out a call for a new treasurer. As we all know, the last one was unfortunately abducted by aliens. So if you shimmy spreadsheets, prance to P&L, then be our treasurer. Email ldc@oakcliffuu.org. Must be immune to alien hypnosis. Outside of Sunday services, we have talkback after the service. So if you've never been, please consider coming. It is a wonderful time to share in community and talk about the sermon or whatever else is going on. And adult RE is at 1 o'clock as well, every Sunday. We also have social hour, Tuesdays at 9 a.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. So lots of chances to hang out with your UUCOC family. All right, those are our announcements. For all our goings on, please visit our website and sign up for the e-blast. Check out your e-blast if you're already signed up. There's information on just everything, and there's a lot going on. So check out your e-blast. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please go and sign our guest book at oakcliffuu.org/guest. And here we are. This is a very exciting member anniversary day. If I knew where the booty shaking llama was, today would be the day we'd be using it. All right, but unfortunately, I don't know. Last time I llama bombed it into my kid's room, I never saw it again. All right. In no particular order. Actually, there probably is an order, but I didn't pick it. So, number 1, everybody say happy anniversary to Justin Gray. I bet there's a picture right there. All right. Number 2, y'all. UUCOC President Beth Faree. What? Number 3. I could do 3 and 4 together, but I think both of these people are just so spectacular. They deserve their own little moment over here anyway. So number 3, Kenneth Jackson. Happy anniversary. And finally, last but never least, the amazing, the beautiful, the incredible Rita Jackson. So exciting. Happy anniversary to all 4 of you, and thank you so much for being such an incredible part of this church. To everybody else, and to you 4 as well, happy Sunday.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff. Thank you for having the curiosity and courage to join us. We welcome you, whoever you are, whatever spiritual tradition, gender, age, race, sexual orientation, or background you may bring to our community. We hope you will find here comfort, connection, challenge, respect, and above all, love.
May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of love, compassion, and forgiveness. And now in Spanish. Que esta luz que ahora encendemos nos inspire a usar nuestros dones y poderes para sanar y no para herir, para ayudar y no para impedir, para bendecir y no para maldecir, para servirte a ti, espíritu de amor, compasión y perdón.
The Complexity of Motherhood by Leah Ongiri. A woman cradles a sleeping infant, gazing down at their face. On Mother's Day, let us mark how beautiful and complex it can be to be mother and be mothered. To those who have mothered, we thank you. To those who rejoice in the work, the role, the presence of mothering and mothers, we celebrate with you. To those who are in the thick of parenting children of any age, we appreciate you. To those who experience loss through infertility, abortion, miscarriage, adoption, or running away, we mourn with you. To those who have lost their mothers, we grieve with you. To those who have endured abuse at the hands of their mothers, we acknowledge you. To those who experience pain at the marking of this day, we witness you. To those who are single moms, grandmoms, stepmoms, foster moms, adopted moms, mentor moms, and spiritual moms, we need you. And to those who are pregnant with new life, both expected and surprising, we anticipate with you. May we reflect with gratitude on the wide spectrum of mothering that happens in our lives and in our communities.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love, a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love, a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Please join me in affirming our covenant to one another. Because we love one another, we honor each individual's spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance and service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus do we covenant together.
And now in Spanish. Porque nos amamos uno al otro. Honramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio a entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y aceptación. Así que hacemos pacto.
We share our sorrow with one another, believing that a sorrow shared is a sorrow halved. Today, we also hold in our hearts the shared grief of our hurting planet. At this time, we invite you to publicly post your sorrows and prayer requests to our Zoom chat or send those to our Facebook Messenger.
When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love when I breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
We also share our joys with one another, believing that a shared joy is a joy doubled. Today, we take special time to celebrate our connection to all life everywhere. Please share your joys publicly in the Zoom chat or send those to our Facebook Messenger or speak those aloud.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stems of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Once again, we briefly depart from our chronology of UUCOC history in anticipation of our 60th anniversary on May 23rd to recognize that today is Mother's Day. To help us celebrate, Sally Jones, a mother figure to many of us, will again be in our pulpit. As you probably know, 40 years before it was to become an official U.S. holiday in 1914, Julia Ward Howe, a prominent American abolitionist, feminist, poet, author of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, and a Unitarian, issued her inspired Mother's Day proclamation, which called upon mothers of all nationalities to band together to promote the amicable settlement of international issues, the great and general interest of peace. She had nursed and tended the wounded during the Civil War and worked with the widows and orphans of soldiers on both sides, realizing that the effects of war go far beyond the killing of soldiers in battle. While Mother's Day has presently lost much of its early edge for justice, our country is still engaged in devastating and costly wars abroad, and many of our own communities are torn apart by violence. This is a good time for Mother's Day to return to its roots. Rather than buying candy, flowers, or an extravagant dinner, in the spirit of Julia Ward Howe's original call, this occasion can be a time to again dedicate ourselves to justice and peace. What better way to honor our mothers?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sally Jones. Happy to be with you today, former member of UUCOC, way back when it was UUF. And now I live in Maryland. And happy Mother's Day. Today we're going to be talking about honor, and here we go. Into this unique and special time together, we gather to consider a concept of virtue, actually, we call honor. It's a small word with far-reaching implications. Let's consider honor, though, as it relates to other words like respect and integrity. To start, please take a quiet moment to notice what comes to mind when you hear the word honor. Perhaps you recall a specific situation or a person, an event, an incident from your life. You might have related to that word on a feeling level. You may want to explore that response more deeply for yourself later, or even bring it to share at the after-service talkback discussion. Many concepts and definitions of the words we use, we meet in childhood. Then they change and develop as we grow and experience more of the world. The people we meet, situations we encounter, how our family and those we look up to respond are part of that evolving process. Understanding their versions of respect and integrity help us begin to develop a code of ethics and a way of looking at people and events for ourselves. Because it is only natural to want to belong, we adopt their attitudes towards situations, the actions of others, and of ourselves. Our families, community, early educational experiences, and perhaps what we see on TV provide some of our early influences. Books and movies often honor the hero of the story. We learn that the hero gets the honor and the glory. Was there someone in your family or neighborhood who was held in high esteem? Someone others looked up to as a good example, who had characteristics they openly valued? Who might that have been? Take a moment, please, to hold an image of that person in your mind. A way shower can be a teacher of possibilities. Yes, a way shower can be a teacher of possibilities. Because it is Mother's Day, we might each keep in mind the concept of mother that is important to you. A person, some specific qualities that go with that word, and our mutual mother, Mother Earth. I'll take a few moments to share just a bit about my mom. At a poetry service on Mother's Day one year, we were invited to jot down impromptu thoughts or a poem. This might be something for you to try today. I came up with this. Mother? Nope, too formal, just mom. Born in a log cabin, delivered by her own mother, who was a local midwife, during a Minnesota snowstorm. Growing up as a country kid with a pet toad in her pocket. Country life continued when she married a farmer, a hard life by many standards. They raised 5 kids under the watchful eye of our live-in grandmother, her mother-in-law. Each year, I appreciate her, her life, her skills even more. We look to parents to set examples. From my mom, I learned how to improvise, to do more than asked on occasion, and to help others, and hopefully set a good example for my own kids. So thank you, Mom. Now back to all of us. What about early group activities? In school, we learned about pledging. Was yours kind of a sing-song like mine was? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. We recited the words, perhaps without a deep understanding of what they were all about. But the flag was an early symbol for something more. Hopefully, it stood for something to be honored. Like many symbols, however, it means different things to different people. Now, let's keep in mind that as we proceed through these next few minutes, you might find some things you disagree with. That's okay. We pledged allegiance to the flag, but other pledging opportunities may have happened to you in group activities such as 4-H. Here's the 4-H pledge. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. Have any of you been in 4-H? I'd like to hear about it during the talkback following the service. Perhaps you were a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout, or in Campfire Girls, or in a boys' club or a girls' club, or some other organization that had words you recited together. Once we learn these kinds of pledges through repetition, they are likely to stay with us on an unconscious level for a long time, perhaps for our whole lives. That's an important reason to be careful about what our young people are taught. Not all experiences in these kinds of groups have been positive for everyone. So just because we find some lofty sounding ideals, we can't assume just the words will carry the message of honor and respect to everyone, especially if some people in leadership or in the group don't live up to them. As we mature, we can take a deeper look at some of the way the words behind these pledges have not been honored. What else is needed before one can honor anyone or anything else? I think it is respect. And the core of respect comes from respecting one's self, a sense of knowing that you are inherently worthy, not just the other person. If we feel insecure about who we are, and that may have come from childhood experiences, we may more easily take the attitudes and actions of others toward us in a way that wasn't intended. However, I think we generally know when we are being respected by others and when we are not. The evolution of our own ideas and feelings about honor, respect, and integrity are still happening so long as we keep having new experiences. We can be guided and challenged by our first Unitarian Universalist principle, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Have you ever found yourself putting someone on a pedestal? In a way, it is actually limiting them. You know, there's not much room to walk around up there. If you have glorified someone and set them up higher than yourself, heaven forbid they should make a mistake. If that happens in your judgment of them, they may go back to being regular, ordinary, or worse. Their mistake may reflect on our own mistake of giving people too much credit for qualities we wished or hoped they had. Being human can be messy business. Please remember, we are all a work in progress. Have you been honored? Take a moment to consider how and when. We might think being honored has to be a big deal. I say no. Your name might not be written on a plaque or up in lights. Maybe you haven't had a building named after you, but something you said or did set a good example or brightened someone's day. It doesn't take a big gesture on your part to make a difference in someone's life, perhaps someone you've never even met. It's nice to know that a person does not need to have a high-paying job, a title, or a super-duper education to make a positive difference in the lives of others. We are certainly seeing that brought forth during this time of COVID. Small acts of kindness and respect could be called the supermarket effect. Here's why. You go to the grocery store and have a pleasant encounter. Maybe you help someone by handing them something they can't reach, or you help them find an item or let them go ahead in the checkout line. Even a short, friendly conversation can make a difference in someone's day, and usually you feel better too. Sometimes this happens when you are the one who needs help, and you have given another person the opportunity with your gratitude to be helpful. There has been respect, honor, and relationship. This is a ripple effect, because the better they feel about themselves and the better we feel about ourselves, the easier it is to be kinder to others. What about UUCOC? The evidence of a process of honoring and being honored is all around when we are able to be there in person, and even as we think of the place and the people we have met there. The land and the buildings built and paid for by its early members are a kind of lasting honor to them and their hopes and dreams. Your gazebo, the site of some wonderful concerts, events, and memories. Mary's garden is prominently displayed on the front of the gazebo, and it and the garden are identified as being named in memory of Mary Leggett. I'm glad I got to know her. Yes, she was interested in gardening and was able to be generous with a monetary donation. Remember using real hymn books? The names listed inside the front of the hymn books were in honor of people who were loved and held in high esteem by others. Each time we picked one up, we had an opportunity to read their names. Think of someone you know or have known in connection with this congregation. You can share a mental thank you with them right now. A few more expressions of honor and respect. Some happen during the sharing of joys and sorrows, lighting candles, holding services, acknowledging the ideals and celebrations of various religions and cultures, and, of course, memorial services for those who have passed on. You show your sense of fairness and respect for one another by the way you meet and greet each other. Other examples include your generosity, individually and as a group, to the wider community, and the precious gift of inclusiveness. This morning, we have quickly moved through childhood learning and pledging, gone to the supermarket together, and ended up thinking about our time together online and in person at UUCOC. A few more easy ways to honor another, even without their awareness. Be an active listener. Who do you know who listens without interrupting and giving advice or having to tell you their story? That person may be a mentor, and perhaps it is you. Good manners. We all know how important the common courtesy of please and thank you can be. A smile can be a door opener. Try smiling more at people you know and don't know to see if you can get them to smile back. If we can become more aware of what we have in common and less concerned with differences, there may be bridge building. You may find a new friend. the way we live our daily lives. Yes, the way we live our ordinary daily lives gives us endless opportunities to honor one another. It's a way to extend the feeling of relationship we have had with them, even though some may no longer be with us. Have they always been perfect? Likely not. As mentioned before, being human is sometimes a messy business. But through forgiveness and release, we can remove some of the barriers, the judgments we might have carried to let their deeper lessons shine through us. We inherently know what the phrase "our best selves" means. As we each move out into the week ahead, let's see where our best selves take us. Let's carry as a gift to those we think about and meet our wholehearted feelings of respect, integrity, and honor.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our hearts stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
Today, as you make your pledge or offering to support this community, let the words of Heather Christensen inspire you to generosity, individually and together. Unitarian Universalism is a grand vision of a world filled with peace and justice, love and joy. That vision is embodied in a few large congregations, numerous mid-sized congregations, and many, many small congregations. No matter its size, every congregation depends on each of its members. Each one of you, by your commitment of time, energy, and resources, helps make that grand vision real. Individually and together, we are Unitarian Universalists. building a world filled with peace and justice, love and joy.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy. Así compartimos y vivimos hoy. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy. Así compartimos y vivimos hoy.
Let us be an example for others. As we leave this blessed place, let us remember those who have come before us, who have taught us by their examples, both good and bad, for we can learn from everyone. Let us apply the lessons we have learned, so that we might be a better example for others.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
And now in Spanish. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez. Joy.